Well, g'day there guys, Cruising 650 here. Tonight I want to give you my thoughts on the Drift HD Ghost. Over the past week and a half, I've had the privilege of borrowing a Rider's Life's Drift HD Ghost. And there are two things that irritate me about this camera. And both of them I agree with Pete on entirely, 100%. The first one, the night vision. That really sucks. It pisses me off. Why? When you're in dark conditions, darker than where we are now, you get all these tiny little blue specks show up all over your screen on the final video. You can't get rid of it. You can put it through a few filters, you know, darken, contrast and all that sort of shit, but you'll never truly get rid of it. Never ever. So the video quality is just dead to me. The other problem I identified with the camera, and I agree wholeheartedly with Pete on this, is the field of view. It is not the same as it is with the standard HD model, the predecessor. So you've got two things, and they're just niggly little things to do with the video quality, but they just drive you nuts. When you're video editing your vlog, what am I indicating for? When you're video editing your vlog, you see all this. You see your field of view is not the same as it was with the HD. Period. And then, to add insult to injury, if it turns to shit in the darkness of night, you get all these little blue specks all over it. And you think to yourself, this is meant to supersede the HD model? Isn't the Ghost meant to be better? It's dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. The battery life is exactly the same as the HD. Now they've got 2 new batteries, and I say 5 new batteries I ordered for the HD, and I'm back in action. I'm actually using it right now. So that you don't get any extra battery life out of a new camera, as I might have thought previously. And both of them, when you look at the specs, you get a few extra video modes on the Ghost compared to the HD, which is a bit of an improvement, I suppose, in itself, but at what expense? These little blue specks, they piss me off! What the hell's going on here? Yeah, we won't be having none of this. Considering the battery on the HD is less powerful than the Ghost, one would think that... Okay, this is the issue here, is it? Yeah, I know this is the other side of the road, but hey, I don't give a shit. You don't get any extra battery life out of the Ghost, no matter what mode you put it in. I've run it in 720p mode, because that's what I do most of my vlogs in these days. And look, I don't get anything extra out of the battery. I don't get any different video quality out of it during the day. It's just the nighttime crap that bothers me. Now, supposedly the Ghost comes with a built-in memory of 256 megabyte. Why? I have no freaking idea, to be honest. It's pointless. You're always going to be using the damn card anyway. The only time you might use that internal memory is if you're taking a photo. That's about it. It's dead set useless if you are trying to use video. Camera weight, well, between the two models, you're really actually getting a lighter version if you buy the predecessor, the HD, because the Ghost actually does weigh a little bit more. It comes with a bigger screen on it. I think it's 2.5 inch compared to the 1.5 you get on the HD. Now, screen sizes and everything to me, I can see exactly what I need to see on the HD just fine. High octane motorcycles, highly recommend you get your bike service there. Connection wise, on the back of each camera, you've got the standard inclusion of HDMI and USB on both cameras. So you're not going to lose out there between the two models. Once again, no loss whatsoever. I'm going to get back down this way. I'm just going all around to do this vlog tonight. I've got to bash it out. I did it yesterday, but then I just fucked it up. I wasn't happy with it. On the Drift Ghost, you get a selection that you can choose from. On the HD, you don't get really those options. It's incorporated with the... Oh, for fuck's sakes. Seriously. Seriously, you put these people on this earth? What's the matter with you? Look, another one! And another one! No. Where do these people come from? So all in all, look, if you're taking the Drift Ghost for daytime sort of bike riding adventures, whatever the hell you're doing, look, let's face it, I give up. None of these people use headlights. So if you want to buy the Drift HD Ghost, by all means go for it. It is actually a good camera. It's not going to fail you during the daytime or anything. You've got all these other options like photo burst mode and just stand photos, and you can select those from the remote, which I'll put some photos up of about now. And I do actually really like the remote, simply because it starts and stops when I ask it to. My current Drift HD one is a bit temperamental sometimes. It doesn't always send the signal. And you can't tell if it has started recording or not because there's no lights to indicate that. So that is a really good innovation of the Ghost model. But I can't seriously justify the expenditure of almost $500 to buy this new camera when at this time of night, if I want to go out and vlog, video, whatever, I'm going to get these annoying blue specks of shit all on my video. I'm pedantic about shit like that. If I only ever did shit during the day, the Ghost is fine. It really is. But if you want my recommendation for a good all-round camera for the value or price, if you can still buy a brand spanking new Drift HD, do it, because there is nothing really wrong with this camera. The only gains you are going to get out of buying the Ghost is the remote is better. You get an application that you can actually watch it on, like you can see what the vision is. Yeah, so basically if I had my phone out right now, I could dial into the camera through Wi-Fi and actually see what it looks like from that angle without having to, you know, record it, play it back on a computer and all that sort of fart ass and about. What other advantages are there of the Ghost? It'll work with the same fittings that you've already got for your HD if you have one. And that's the other thing I did like about the Ghost is the provision that they've put in there, or they've given you a 3.5mm jack. On the HD they only give you a 2.5mm, which is quite irritating because a lot of camera microphones don't actually come with a 2mm socket attachment. And if you do get an adapter, because they do exist out there, let's face it, I've got one in the back of this now, but I had to modify it before it would fit the back of my camera. So I'm not dissing the camera completely. I wouldn't mind it if someone gave it to me for free, I suppose, but, well, for a cheaper rate, but I couldn't spend $400 to $500 on it right now, full well knowing that sometime in the next 6 or so months they could bring out a brand new model. And with that brand new model, hopefully they'll take some of the concerns that people have raised about the performance of the camera at night and the field of view, among some things, take those on board and actually build a better camera. Because at the end of the day, I would much rather go for a drift camera than a GoPro. Quite simply because the GoPros are nothing more than a wind sail on your helmet. My current helmet, it's a Shoei TZX. Now, in front of it, I've got the, I suppose, the mouth vent settings and all that sort of thing, so I can't mount a camera there like you would with GoPro, like what a Rider's Life currently uses. Plus, a GoPro, with all of its accessories, is also a costly option in itself. You'd be spending an easy $500 in itself just for the camera. On top of that, you've got to buy the mounting brackets you need to mount it on the front of the helmet, as well as the microphone jack adapter that they make you buy, because they don't give you a 3.5mm jack on the side. They make you put in this USB looking piece of shit that converts that to a 3.5mm microphone socket for you. So you've got all this cable shit hanging out. And another thing, and as a Rider's Life will probably tell you at some point, is the mounts for the GoPros are absolutely shit. And until they resolve some of these issues with the Hero 3, I'm not even remotely interested in buying that. I'd actually rather buy the Ghost model and from Drift, and I'd rather just put up with that. There are some things I could put up with in favour of not going GoPro. And the little blue specks would be one of them. That's how much I dislike the GoPro. But, that said, they do have good night vision out of their camera. So, if GoPro can do it, and if Drift could do it on their predecessor, why can't they do it on the current model? It's got me beat. Hopefully they'll update the firmware on it to bloody just do that. If the firmware can be updated for that sort of shit. If not, bloody hell, you know, you're screwed if you're already an owner. So in a moment I'm going to pull over and I'm going to actually take some footage with the HD Ghost. And I want to show you exactly what these little blue dots look like. Because I think I deleted the previous footage I did with a test of it or whatever one night. But it is irritating. So on that note, I'll leave you with some of the footage. I hope you enjoyed this little vlog. And if you've got any questions, by all means, post them down below. I try and get back to everyone. Or send me a direct message. I really don't give a stuff which way you want to do it. I offer my opinion freely and honestly. So have a good night. As shall I, because I'm going to go home and knock a few beers in after this. I've been sober for too long. I really should just get hit by a car and die now. Ooh, that was a red light. Maybe I was about to be hit by a car, but